Hello, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy. If you've been here recently, you'll know this is the Dephemerember box. And this is the box of goodies, the stash that the lovely Karen sent to me. We're on day 9. So, for day 9, what do we need to do? We need, oh, there's the postman. We need altered envelopes with coffee mug stains. Now I've got one of those double ring stamps somewhere. Can I find it? Of course I can't. So we're going to have to make that up. We're going to have a little look in our box and see what we've got from Karen when it comes to decorating. But first of all, we're going to prep our... Oh, I'm just trying to move it out of the way a bit. We're going to prep our envelopes. So I've just bought along 3 of these A5 type envelopes. I'm going to stick them in my guillotine and I'm going to cut them, I'm going to say, roughly in half. Like that. Okay, now this side is obviously the same. Well, look at that, that was in half, but of course that's with the flap open. When we bring the flap down, these are so odd, they're not sticky anymore, so then obviously that's a lot smaller than this one, but that's because we need to make flaps on these. So these ones are good to go, so I'm going to set them up the top there out the way. I'm going to move Karen's box because it's taking up too much space at the moment. We'll bring it back when we need it. I've got up my messy mats. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lay this one over this one. Okay, and I'm going to draw a pencil line to show me how big that is. Okay, I'm going to do that on all 3 because, you know, we are supposed to be, whoops, we're supposed to be mass making or compartmentaling. Okay, there's 2. And there's 3. Now I've got a feeling I've done this on my channel before. If I have and you've seen it, then you know what to do and you could jump ahead to the interest of the decorating. If you haven't, then, or you want a refresher, then obviously you can stay with me. Now as you can see, I've run my knife down the seam to where I believe that line is. I'm now going to fold that over and press it down. Okay, I'm then going to tuck it inside. I just find it easier to tuck inside once it's already got its fold. Okay, so now it's basically looking the same. I'm going to carry on and do the other 2 in exactly the same way. So obviously these 3 envelopes is giving me 6. Fold it down, straighten it up, bend it back the other way. I just feel like it works easier. If you think you can fold it straight in, you go for it. No problem at all. Okay. put my knife away before I end up chopping my fingers off or something similar. Didn't quite go far enough on this one. There we go. So fold that down. I've also got to the side of me here a bag of old stamps, because I think you can't alter envelopes without some stamps in tow. I think Karen might have sent me some stamps, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I've now got 3 that have got sealed bottoms and 3 that have got open bottoms. The ones with the sealed bottoms, where we have created our own flaps, I'm just going to put one on top. I've got all 3 of them behind, and I'm going to cut those flaps into the shape that I want, like so. Okay, and now we've got 6 envelopes that look exactly the same. Well, basically exactly the same. So I'm just going to take my glue now, and the 3 tops, I'm going to glue all the bottoms so that it becomes a sealed envelope. Now, if I'd have had them done in my stash, I would be using coffee dyed envelopes for this, so they weren't so bright, but I didn't, so I can't. I do tend to find that when I coffee dye envelopes, I don't do enough of them ever, because I do them and they're gone. I should obviously do a lot more. Okay. So we've now got 6 envelopes to play with. Now, as I haven't got them coffee dyed, I'm going to get out my Distress Oxide in ground espresso. I'm going to rub some onto my mat, quite a lot. I'm going to give it a little bit of a squirt. So it's wet, and I'm just going to go in with my envelopes. So we're going to get some nice aged looking colour. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, just, you know, colouring them up, and I'm stacking them, as you can see, on top, because we want them grungy, so we can't really ruin what we've done. Do a bit more water on there now, pick up some more of that. And because obviously this is, as it were, the second time around, it's a bit lighter. Just, you know, grunge them up a bit. Nice little bit picking up. And you can see now we're getting more water than we are colour, because that's basically gone. Okay, I'm going to turn that in there so we're not working on a wet mat. And then I'm going to start by putting my coffee rings on, and then I think I'm going to come through, just making sure they're all up the same way. I'll come through and we'll add some other types of decoration. Or do we want the decoration on first? Do you know what? I think if we put the decoration on first, Oh, no, let's do our coffee stains. Okay, so this is obviously water active, the Distress Oxide. So now I've got an oil-based ink that's not. And I've got this, I don't know, jam jar, pickle jar. And I'm just going to put it on there. And it's going to give me some coffee rings. Yeah, simple as that. So if you haven't got that stamp that I was talking about, or like me, you have but you can't find it, then you can definitely easily make your coffee rings like this. Okay, you know what it's like, you're busy in the office, you got the post on your desk, and you've stuck your cup on it. And I must stop doing two all the time. It looks too regimented, doesn't it? So there you go. There's our coffee rings on. They're already altered envelopes, aren't they? But obviously I don't want to stop there. I want to, whoops, do some more. So let's get some of the oil-based ink running around the edge. Now you're going to have to be careful at this stage because these are wet. I mean, if I wasn't recording, I would set them aside to dry. I've got glitter on them as well now. Still fighting with that glitter from over a week ago. Right, now what we haven't done with this one is bend over our flap. Didn't do that yet, so bend that over. And just ink around the edges. Okay. This one, bend it over. Ink around our edges. And then we're going to have a good old rummage in Karen's box. Those of you that don't know, Karen is the junk journal geek. We were actually friends before we started journaling. We were friends in, what is it, in a former life. And then we just happened upon each other again doing journals, which was fun but bizarre. So sometimes it's nice to not just do the ink line, but to actually come in from the corners. There's so many different ways to ink, isn't there? The only thing you have to be careful when you do things like this is obviously this water, if this was water based, would change it, but because it's oil based or permanent ink, pigment, whatever you want to say, then obviously it's not going to damage this. And that's where you do need to be careful which inks you're using at which stage. If you are new to this kind of thing and you're not sure, basically any ink that is water based obviously is not really permanent until it's rock dry, although I've got to be honest, I'm not even sure when it's dry, whereas pigment or oil inks such as StazOn or the archivals, they are not affected by water, so they can go either below or on top of your water-based inks and they won't be affected. Well, it really is turning into a bit of a tutorial today, isn't it? I don't usually do tutorials because as far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm learning every day the same as everybody else. I'm just showing you the way I do it. And hopefully some interesting ideas. Okay, so they've all been distressed. So got our 6 envelopes. They've all got coffee rings on and they've all been distressed. So now I'm going to bring up the box. Oops, I'm going to stick it over there. Oops, Jenga's over here. And we're going to see what we've got. Now we've got this bit of torn map. So let's do one at a time. Make sure I've got my flap to the top. Make sure my map is up the right way. Now I don't want to use this piece because obviously, although I suppose we could, of course we can, Claire, we can add our stamp on top of that, why ever not? But we don't want a dead end there, do we? So we'll just bring it round, shape it a little bit. Right, so we're going to get one layer on each envelope and then we're going to come back and do like a second, maybe third layer. That's the plan. So make sure it's right up on that edge. So that's that one, layer 1. Okay, next one. Oh yeah, this lovely goldy paper. I keep saying gold, I think actually it's copper, isn't it? And I think this one's just going to run straight through the middle. I'm going for deep grunge today, I think. So that one is going to come through there. And then for number 3, what else has Karen sent us? Oh yeah, we've got this lovely pattern. Now I'm really keeping a hold of this because I want to use that for something. So we mustn't use that bit, Claire. But we could definitely use this bit. So let's get a ruler. I'm going to use some of this. Okay, so that will be number 3. Oh look. I've just seen that lovely fabric, but I don't want to use that. But we will use some of that. So that's 4. Oh, and I've just seen snacks. We might have to have a bit of a snack in a minute. What do you think about that? Music, 5. And then maybe the words on the back of the music, 6. What do we think? It's a pretty good start, isn't it? All right, so we've got map and brown paper, and then on this one I think we're gonna go for, get rid of some of this excess white. You don't necessarily want all of that, do you? Should we go up there? Okay, and you know, this one I think I'm going to actually wrap round. Oh, shall we wrap that way? Oh, we're going to lose our coffee stains. So, and it's only paper to paper, so I'm using my glue stick. And we're going to come there. I seem to have almost a deliberate point there, which makes sense. Just make sure you don't catch your flap. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just trying to very carefully tear out these clowny pieces. Love that. That one. And I did actually a few months ago, I did a video about envelopes that were like artwork pieces. They were like drawn on artwork, or artwork was drawn on them, and they used lovely odd things to now look at this lace that Karen has sent. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to cut a bit down there like that, and this time we're going to wrap the other way. So we're going to glue there, pop that on, and then we're going to wrap, whoops, that way, like that. So we've got that orange lace on top, and then I was going to use some words, wasn't I? So I think maybe these ones, like that. Or should we do these ones? Oh, it still ends up being that way, doesn't it? Okay. I was just feeling like each envelope had stuff in the same sort of place. That's all. So I was thinking about changing it up, and then I realised it was going to end up the same anyway. Okay. So 6 envelopes, distressed, and then 1 layer added. So now we want to go with layer 2, don't we? So back with the box. Now what have we got in our goodie bag here? Yeah, I do like this. I used one of these already on something else. And I've got lots of beads, and there's another piece of lace, and you know what, these could be English letters, so we might somehow put that under our stamp. I think that might be a good idea. And then, oh yeah, we got this one with the initials and this frame. Do you know what? We don't have to do it as if it was going through the post, do we? So I feel like that, where's the one with lace on? This one. I feel like this could almost go there. Do you know what? When I was watching Karen's videos the other day, she put a flower under a button, and I thought it looked absolutely amazing. The only problem we've got is that that's actually orange lace, and I've got purple flowers. Beautiful flowers, but they're purple. Don't know, does it work, purple and orange? I suppose it could do, couldn't it? Okay, so we're going to play with that. We're going to play with that. Ooh, what fun. And actually, we might play with that as well. Right. And then what have we got in this box here? Oh yeah, the numbers, the vintage. Oh, and that beautiful, beautiful label, the Dublin soap. Yeah, we're probably going to have to use that, aren't we? Okay. Oh, and Karen did send me stamps, so there you go. I don't really need my stamps. And there's one of my miniature envelopes from the other day. So we've got loads of stuff. And there's some of Karen's faux stamps. And Salted Caramel Poppets. Let's go for it. Oh, I thought I was only getting one. Let's put one of them in and have a little chocolate toffee suck. Right. Okay. So, first things first, they all need a stamp. So we could do the stamps next. And I'm just wondering, you know how you normally have a postmark? I'm wondering if I could put that, put a piece of this on there. Probably going to do this to each one. A piece of this on there. Got glue on my finger, which doesn't help. And then I know I'm making it wrong because these are not English, so maybe we won't use Karen's stamps. Maybe we'll use mine, because I know there's a lot, like there's an English one. I know there's a lot of English ones in here. I love the foreign ones. They tend to be a lot more pretty than ours. But if we're implying these are English letters by putting that Union Jack ribbon underneath, then maybe we should use English stamps. There you go. And then we can put the stamp Oh, I quite like that. Okay, these are lovely. I'm not sure I should be eating chocolate this time of day, but never mind. So, I'll pop that up there. So this is all part of our postmark. This was obviously a postcard or something because it's very, very stiff. This one. I've just realised I'm hanging off the end of the camera again, and so I'm going to leave that mark on there. Okay, so they're all getting their stampage. More stamps required here, Claire. That's Australia, but it is our queen, so, or was. We have a king now, don't we? Do you know, I still find it hard to remember that. There's more English stuff. Oh, there's 3 on there. Perfect. Right. So, I think we'll have this grey one. On there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. One, 2, 3. Sometimes it's really easy to get the envelope off the back or the postcard, but otherwise it's really hard. Actually, saying that, the lovely Tracy Fox, she did a video a little while ago showing you how to soak stamps and very easily get the backs, you know, get them off of what they're on. So that one on there, and this one on here, and our last 2 stamps. And then I suppose we better think what else we're going to do. I'm definitely going to steal Karen's idea of that flower and button. I thought that looked awesome, and I'm thinking it would look awesome coming out of that frame. So these sweets are a bit special. Very nice. Okay, now this is so precious. Right, I'm going to work with these flowers first of all. Do you know what? For some reason, I feel like I want to go with the one that's got words on. So what I'm going to do is try and lay these coming out like that. So should we have 2? I don't really want to copy Karen, but it was such a good idea. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist these together because they are wire. Like so. And then we can poke them through. We can work out where they're going. I think they're going sort of like that. And then we're going to put a button over there. Oh yes, thank you so much for this idea, Karen. In fact, we might even cheat. We might even put a little bit of fabric under there as well. Now, famous last words. Have I got a bit of scraggy cotton fabric around? Definitely got glue issues again, haven't we? Right, that's going to go there. Like so. And I know it was pretty on the other side, but I didn't want too much going on with the purple flowers and the coffee cups and all that, and get rid of the glitter, Claire. We definitely don't want glitter. Right, what I need, oh, I'm having a second one of these, is a purple button. Famous last words. Did come, don't Karen sent me buttons. She sent me lovely gems. Oh. No, I think the pearl on top of the depth of that just makes it too deep, which is a shame because that's lovely. So, have I got a random purple button in here? Look at that. That was meant to be, wasn't it? So, where's up? Good old fashioned Yoo-hoo will definitely work for that. So we're going to stick, it's not even a button, I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's the right colour. So it's going on there like that. I was going to look for a bit of fabric, wasn't I? I forgot. I have got I quite like that. So I then pull this off like that. This was just on my desk. This wasn't from Karen. Don't think it matters. I think we're allowed to use other stuff. And then I'll put a glue stick on there. That is going to dangle off of there. Now I think that is a pretty special envelope, don't you? But it is definitely moving those flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick this up, put some Yoo-hoo under there. So just to make sure that that sticks. There you go. So envelope 1 complete. I just love it. So that's that one. Right, this one with the lace. Now again, on my desk, I've got this random piece. Oh look, I better eat that third one, hadn't I? Oh Claire, you're so bad. They are awesome. I like them a lot. Oh yes. Okay. I love that it's scraggy, messy. It goes with that coffee ring. Yep. I'm going to glue that. I've got no idea what this is or where it came from, but it was lying around on my desk. And I feel like that is the perfect one for that. Yeah. So there you go. Envelope 2 was a lot quicker, wasn't it? But envelope 2. Now 3. This is the one with the map. I feel like maybe some corrugated card. Oh, look at that. It's almost like that's where you'd write the address. This is the bit that was in with that latest eco dyeing that I did. And we're just going to pop that down there. And again, I don't feel that one needs anything else until maybe we put an address label or something on it. 3. 4. Sorry, I'm chewing this sweet. It's very bad, isn't it? I'm wondering if that will go on there. Okay. Karen's made these lovely stamps. I'm wondering if I trim that up a little bit, because we've got brown paper and brown paper, or do I swap it and do it? Yeah, I've straightened it now. I don't think that's going to work on this one because of where the coffee stains are. Go back to this one, Claire, which is what you was doing in the first place. Put that half and half. If need be, yeah, I like it that way. If need be, we can, what can we do? We can put more coffee stains on. That's what we can do. And I'm going to put it sort of there. And then we're going to glue the whole thing. We're going to pop it right to the edge because it's got a straight edge. And then we're just going to bring it down. It will meld into that background, but as I've got it, whoops, just here, I'm going to have to hide them sweets. That's ridiculous. We're just going to put yet another set of coffee stains on that one. There you go. Okay. That's not stuck. So there's 4. Now, 5 and 6. Now, I had this lovely burgundy ribbon. I felt like if I could maybe do a bow, a little bow, which is famous last words, isn't it, really? See, and then I'll go, I don't know how to do a bow. How ridiculous is that? The reason I'm thinking, oh yeah, we got there, sort of. The reason I'm thinking about a ribbon bow is because I can pull all that out in a minute. It's a fabric pattern, isn't it? So, right, now if we pull that out where I rolled it all up, we should get a really pretty bow. That's not bad. I think I've seen better, but hey ho. So then we put a good old double of glue on there, like that. That can go on our pattern, like that. And then I might put this C just sort of hiding up there. So, in fact, you know what? I'm going to pick this sticky pad off because I don't really want it raised. And I'm going to glue the whole thing so it's flatter. And I'm just going to pop it under there, which you may think you can't see, but once you pick it up, you can. Whoops. And of course, this is not sticking because these are a bit wet. They're a bit damp. They really need to be set aside and left alone to dry. So there's that one. And then our very last one, music. What can we do that's music orientated? I don't really want to put more fabric. I don't want to put more corrugated card. I don't particularly want to put more stamps on. And I'm trying to save that beautiful flower. So we'll put these back in here. And then there's a precious little stamp there. Ah, now we have got this. No, it doesn't work there. What else can I put? on there. Back to my box. Whoops. Back to my box. Oh, now we had this leftover flower image. No. Nice. Oh, and this is an actual envelope. Look, I could have altered that, but I just thought it was so lovely. I didn't want to ruin it. What have we got here? Now Karen has sent us some actual tags. That one has got, it's too big, nope. Oh dear, the fun and games that you have. Oh, and she sent me a snippet. I've forgotten about that. And that piece just seems to be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that across there. I'm going to, and I love those little hearts. I'm going to put this along there, along the bottom, like so. Not bottom, the end. And then if we bend it like that, and we only glue the tab part, that will help to weight down that tab, if that makes sense. Yes, there you go. So today's Dephemerember, oh goodness me, Dephemerember, whatever, you know what I mean. Altered envelopes with coffee cup rings. We've got 1, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, piece de la resistance, 6. And I haven't really done the backs on any of them because I'm guessing that they're going to get, you know, stuck down on pages in journals and things. So there you go. As always, thank you so much for coming along and spending time with me today. I hope you found joy and inspiration. I'm going to have another sweet. See you later.